Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you in real time how to set up a new project on Ensightful. We're going to cover how to break down your project into tasks, how to assign tasks, distributing the workload evenly, and how to keep your project progress up to date. To get started, let's learn how to break your project down into tasks. Once you've set up your account and you're placed into a team by your instructor, you're ready to get started setting up your project. There's not too much to see in the dashboard right now because you haven't set up any tasks yet, so we'll come back to this in a little while. First, let's navigate to the Tasks tab. This is the core of your project and is probably where you're going to be spending most of your time. There are two views that you can choose from to visualize your project: the task board, which is what we're looking at right now, or timeline view. The task board is really helpful for tracking the status of your tasks, from to do, to in progress, under review, and completed. The timeline view is helpful if you want to see your project chronologically, from start to finish. So why is there already content here? Purple cards represent milestones. These are created by your instructor as a guide for the main milestones of your project. In some cases, they may have also created some tasks to help you get started, like this one here. These are going to be shown as white cards. Unless your instructor has already done this for you, a great way to kick off your group project is by breaking down all of your milestones into tasks. This drop-down here shows you what tasks are associated with each milestone. You can think of the milestone as one big folder that stores all of the tasks that are going to help you complete it. When it comes to how you break down the tasks of your project, that's really up to you and your team, and will be varied depending on what type of project you're working on. Learning to break down your project into manageable pieces is one of the most important parts of project management. It's also a valuable skill to put on your resume, so it's a good idea to take note of how you and your team did this so that you can reference it later. If this were my project, I'd start by meeting with my team to create the tasks associated with each milestone. To add an associated task, simply open the milestone and click Create Associated Task. For campaign planning, I'm adding a task for setting specific campaign goals and objectives, and filling out all of the information that's associated with this task. You can either assign an owner now, or wait until you've created all of your tasks and then do this directly on the timeline. Let me speed this up a little bit. Now that we've created all of our tasks, let's start to assign them. As a team, you now have to decide who will do which task. Go through all of your tasks and assign a team member to each one like this. For larger tasks that you may want to collaborate on, you can break them down even further into subtasks and assign these to different team members. For example, with this task, you might want to each tackle one competitor. Each person will be responsible for their own individual subtask, with the task owner being the person who's responsible for ensuring that the overall task is completed. Now with my magic wand, I'm going to complete this process for the rest of the milestones. Now that you've assigned tasks, you're going to want to make sure that the workload is distributed evenly and fairly. This is where your dashboard comes in handy. If we head back to the dashboard and click on the Workload tab, we're going to see a breakdown of how much work each person has been assigned. This doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to ensure that no one's doing significantly more work than anyone else. The workload feature takes into account how many tasks each person has, as well as the workload associated with those tasks. So someone with multiple low workload tasks may have a similar overall workload as someone who has one or two high workload tasks. As a team, you can use this information to change task assignments so that you're happy with how the workload has been allocated. In this situation, I'd probably want to assign or reassign some more tasks to James, who has significantly less workload than Samantha or Carlos. Finally, we're going to look at keeping your progress up to date as you work throughout your project. If you've made it to this point, you've created a blueprint for a successful group project, which is a great accomplishment. Now, you get to enjoy the benefits of setting up your project effectively. Make sure that you're moving your tasks into the appropriate columns as you work on them so that your teammates have an accurate idea of your progress and so that you can see how the project is progressing as a whole. The most important thing is to mark tasks as completed as you finish them so that the progress circle and your team's status accurately reflects your hard work to your team and to your instructor. Now, you're ready to get started on your project. Remember to leverage milestones and tasks, communicate with your team, and adapt your tasks as the project progresses. With Ensightful, you have the power to create a blueprint for success. Good luck!